I had a different mindset this year because I was like, I know I'm going to finish. And I never questioned that I wasn't because I felt stronger and I knew I could do it.
What's up, Ironman and beyond busy high achievers all over the world? We're here once again. We have Ngina here and Coach Shangrila. Welcome to the group. So today is Friday. It's kind of different because today is the only day off of Ngina, who's our special guest. It's amazing what she just recently did. And as you can see, she is in one piece on the other hand, and she's smiling. And you're going to hear a lot more story of what got her into this. But let me show you what we're going to be talking about today. All right, so let me share to you. Excuse my desktop that needs to be cleaned up, but here you go. Look at her smiling all the way, Quinn and Ngina. And what happened? She won age group in her first 100-mile Zion race, 7 days after 70.3 PR in Oceanside. So this particular one, these two races, this races were in, she crushed. It happened only today, April. So it's been like, I think about 2 weeks ago. So as you all know, the triathletes out there, Oceanside 70.3, I believe that was April 2nd. And that was the time when she also beat her swim PR on 1.2 mile swim and also beat her overall 70.3 PR. And then after that, 7 days actually, after that, she went back to work. she has to work. So she went back to work. And the next thing, travel to Utah and then to Zion, basically. And she ran her first 100-mile Zion Ultra on April 9th. So that's the second weekend. So we're going to learn a lot about this because, who is this woman who wants to finish strong, stay injury-free, and recover fast? And she was only doing 1.5 hours per day training. Today, we're going to be discussing how she was able to balance, everything all in her plate. She's a wife, mother, full-time nurse, triathlete, and ultra runner.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and also, just think about 100 mile, right? 100 mile. How many hours was she training?
Thank you.
Not you. Not you. But so and then also, what can you do so you don't burn out yourself? So you still have time for your family. So those are the topics that we're going to go over. How to train for a triathlon while you're also wanting to do ultra race. And actually, she's going to tell us more of why did she do that? And there's a lot more because we're going to be touching base also nutrition, race strategy. So, if you are dialing in your nutrition, those are the things that we're going to touch base. Also, hopefully, our goal is actually to give you, different insights.
What I want to know is how she recovered in those 7 days. That's what
she got some magic, some superpowers there. So you'll hear about that because, I want to tell the story now. I'm trying to hold myself, but I want to say hello to those who are on the line. We got Joy.
We got Jen. Hi, Jen. Hi,
right.
Gloria. Gloria says hello from El Paso.
Yep.
Iron Woman and Ngina.
Yeah.
Yesenia's saying
people
hi.
Are calling in. We got
Awesome.
Also Pauline calling in. Blaze. Hello, everyone. So if you guys are new in Ironman and Beyond, say hello, I'm new. Welcome to Ironman and Beyond. We do this one on a weekly basis. We do our best to give training resources. So you get pumped up, so you get some insights, some tips, some advices, and really see your dreams are possible as well. Because you're going to see today, her dream just happened.
Yeah.
And she just actually went over and beyond and still smiling. And like I said, it's like one piece here. All right. So
Oan says, hi, Ngina. You are awesome.
There you go. You got some fans, Ngina. So I want to know before we get started, so who here are, you're a runner and also want to be a triathlete, but then sometimes you get confused, like, I really want to run that trail, but I have a triathlon coming up. How do you even balance it? You got swim, bike, and run. Tell me if you got some of those races, like, do you have like back-to-back race, maybe because it got deferred from, COVID year from last year, or canceled and just moved. And then now you have like bunch of like your big races. And then
I've heard a lot of people are experiencing that actually.
Yeah. So are you one of those, like, how do you train for those? How do you train when you don't get burnout or you don't get hurt? Because guess what? I know you guys are high achievers out there. You'd be like, did I do enough? You're like, work. But then, oops, I'm getting burned out, right?
Okay, Maura says, you are amazing, Ngina.
Yeah.
Chantel says she's new. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Welcome.
Ngina is amazing as well. Awesome.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of compliments here.
Or how about, athletes who have been training triathlon? Because that's Ngina. She has finished already several races. And guess what? She said, like, I asked her why she want to do it. And you're going to learn, like, because I think I can. I'm capable of more. So you'll hear more about that. So if that's you, if you can resonate right now, stick to it, because it's going to just fire you up. You're like, what's next for me? What's holding me back? Well, what if, if Ngina actually was able to do this, almost impossible, because honestly, when she told me about this, I asked her, why? Why? Did you put that together? So we're gonna check that out also. So tell us, what's your goal this year? What are your big goals? Because we're talking about big goals here.
And here in the comments.
Yeah, big goals could be different. It could be, this year I'm gonna go back to triathlon. I have not been into triathlon. I miss it. It's been 10 years already. Okay.
I'm gonna do my first
goal.
Sprint.
Yes. Or this year, I'm going to overcome my fear of the ocean. Okay. Because, actually today, we're going to tackle that too, because Ngina is the best candidate as well. She's going to tell you how she freaked out the day before of Oceanside. How did she get through it? Her mindset. Okay. So tell us, share us down below. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Maura. So yeah, tell us, share us. And then so we can make sure to cover that. And, this is a two-way conversation. Me and Vineta will go back and forth. Okay. We'll go back and forth and make sure that we answer any other remaining questions that you have. Okay.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Let's do this one. All right. You guys want to hear now? All right. Let's have Ngina from California. Welcome, Ngina. How are you doing today?
Hi, great.
She's short of words. So she's gonna tell us more of her secret. Okay. Yeah. Well, so tell us. How did we meet? Because I didn't know you. I think we just started around end of February.
Mid-February, somewhere there.
Yeah, like the second week in February we started. But I remember you from Natasha Vo. She told me that you were her coach a while back. And I reached out to her again, and she was like, well, try her and see. And I had a fabulous coach from my first Ironman. Sure. But I know I needed something more specific and to really push myself. So that's why I reached out. Yeah.
When you say push yourself, what does that mean? Because you're not pushing yourself just yet then?
I was, but I think I was overtraining because I was trying to do it on my own and making up my own plans from my previous coach. And I know I was burning myself out. So, and I knew like what races I wanted to do. And I just needed a little structure.
So when you say you were burning out, what was happening? What were you feeling?
I was working out an hour in the morning and an hour at night. And then I was working 3 12-hour shifts. So my commute is not the closest commute. It takes me about an hour to get to work and probably close to 2 hours to get home. because of traffic. So doing that 3 days a week and still picking up my daughter at night from dance. And so, yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot. I'm counting my math here. I know you have 24 hours, so 12 hours, about 3-hour drive, and then 1 hour in the morning workout, 1 hour. When do you do your laundry, your dishes? Man, that was like, how about the meet time, right? Is that why you said you're burning out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of on my days.
Yeah. How long were you doing that? Like that?
Probably close to a year. Well, my Iron, 2019. So yeah, probably close to a year.
And then what would happen when you felt like you were like, oh, I can't, like.
Yeah, well, what triggered it? Like, oh, this is too much. What happened? Is there anything that happened then?
No. Mm-mm. I just know I needed like something more, probably more structure.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And yeah.
It's funny you say structure when I thought you have structure already, but it's yourself, right? So I think it's a lot more brain power.
Yeah.
Together. Instead
of trying to come up with things on my own to do. Sure. I needed someone else to tell me, all right, do this, this, and this.
You're telling yourself do this. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Sounds like that would be tough. I don't know if I'd be able
to do that. It's a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
It's a lot of thinking. And then, like people are asking already.
They're asking you, how much do you sleep?
So
did you sleep?
I try to be in bed by 9:30, no later than 10:30. Yeah. And then up at about 3 to 4 o'clock.
Because your shift is
7:30 to 6. So it's not too bad, but I like to get to work early. That way I can take a nap before work.
Okay. All right. This is a long drive. Gotcha. All right. Good. So, and Ngina, we met her through Ironman and Beyond, and
the friend,
through one of our former athletes as well, who did really well too, and so she was just like everyone else in Ironman and Beyond. She's like, I want more, I want to learn more. And Julian actually was like, okay, here you go, here's the training access, and I think she was learning a lot, but she want more. All right, so now, so one of the things that you said also is that, let me see, what are the main things that you needed help when you started, that you needed help the most?
Mostly staying injury free, because last year while I was training, I sprained my ankle training, but I still pushed myself to try to finish the 100 miler, and I only got up to 70 miles. And then I was having the knee pain, and I was like, okay. And I was having the knee pain actually before I started training. And I was like, well, something has to give. So I just thought it was just from me running so much. And if I rest, it'll go away. But then once I started back running, it'll come back.
Yeah.
So what did you do? That sounds like a...
I never foam rolled. Didn't use the lacrosse balls. So now I'm foam rolling. I'm using the lacrosse balls. I keep one in my car. I have one in my workout room. We have 2 in our other car. So
it's like your tool, right?
The lacrosse ball has become my best friend.
Yeah.
Awesome. I remember you said you learned that once you started. That's
yep.
Awesome.
So one of the cheapest massage.
Oh yeah.
And portable too. So I mean, a lot of actually the new ones, because I do also had another ultra runner like, coach, I thought I should hurt because you're running far. Was that also your belief of that one before?
Yeah, of course you're going to be sore, because how many miles are you running?
Yeah. But then it's more of like, what is the fine line of like sore and pain or injury? Because before training, you were already hurting.
Right.
was the mindset shift in terms of the way you see about pain, injury? Because we have some athletes wherein they are like, I'm gonna push hard because I have 100-mile, or like, let's say I have a half marathon for athletes here who doesn't want 100-mile, or I have 70.3. It's kind of like, how was it before? How did you see, like the sore, pain, injury before, and then did it change now?
Yeah, before I just thought I'm running so many miles, so I was expecting to have pain or expecting to hurt. Not to get injured, but yeah, expecting to have pain. But
sure,
I have to say, yeah, doing this 100-miler, I was not hurting. My hip didn't hurt, my knees didn't hurt. I only hurt. I felt it at mile 90 because I fell. So, but that was like my only pain. Like my back wasn't hurting, my hips wasn't hurting.
Crazy.
Nice.
And Ngina, did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? She said on 100 miles, did you say you were surprised or you expected to not feel pain on the 100-mile?
I was expecting to feel pain, but I didn't.
But you did not.
Correct. I did not feel any pain.
Are you sure you were running 90 miles? That is insane. It's kind of like when Ellen, actually, one of those who did the 50K last time, she said, Coach, I'm surprised. I'm not even sore next day.
Exactly. Only my knees were sore.
So the last 10 miles was very hard for you, but the 90 miles was good.
Yeah.
And this was, okay, let's go back in terms of the timeline here. I hope you guys are not missing this one, because this one is the first time that I actually heard. She said that she did not feel pain. I thought it was like something she would feel, but she did not feel anything. But like I said here, she did 100-mile Zion, and she won age group, not just finished. She won age group, okay? And she did that 7 days after she got her PR on her 70.3. That, am I the only one who's like scratching what happened there? So, like, let's just say, and Ngina, let's put you for a moment, let's put you on the third person. Okay. You're watching Ngina, and you know who the Ngina, the old Ngina, and the now Ngina who finished that. What would you feel? Like, would you be surprised? Would you be proud? Like, how do you feel about being the third person? Like, just because other athletes are hearing, what's happening here.
They're just calling you Superwoman.
Like something happened. So, yeah. So how do you see like, as a third person, how do you feel about, because knowing how you were then and then now?
Oh, I would say, like, amazing. Like, how in the world would you, or why would you do that back-to-back races?
Yeah, so amazing or crazy? No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did, right? And amazing. Yeah, amazing because.
Oh, I would say, yeah, my different mindset, my nutrition, my drinking my water. It really it kind of just fell together. It really fell together. And yeah, even doing my 70.3, I wasn't hurting. Nervous, but yeah, I just wasn't hurting.
You weren't hurting either.
Nope, I wasn't.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
You mentioned about nutrition. Okay, because I'm very sure that our athletes here wanted to know your secret.
What do you eat?
I know,
100 miles.
I know it fell together, right? But we want to know, like, so
it's not on accident. You can't just on accident.
So
be
let
okay
me
at 100 miles.
let me just show you the behind the scenes of how Ngina has been like really engaged into her training. Like, she wants it. When she said, Coach, I have 70.3 Oceanside and then 100-mile, the first thing that I asked her, what's your priority? What would make you happy? Yes. Is it, like 70.3 PR or the 100-mile? And what did you say?
The 100-miler.
100-miler. So
Yeah.
I said, okay, so that's your big dream. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, got it. Because the thing about it is that to me as a coach, I need to prioritize, right? So her beating her PR was a bonus. Was like, so it was a bonus. And her not feeling pain during the 70.3 and not feeling pain during the first 90 miles of the 100 miles was also a bonus because it's hard, So now going here, I'm going to show you about the nutrition, how engaged she has been in training and even after. Okay, when she talks about the nutrition, we've trained our athletes of how to really pay attention to their nutrition. Yeah. And I'm not sugarcoating. I have to say it right out there. Bam, bam. I ask questions. So, and also sometimes they're so busy, but I know it is important. She's very busy. And sometimes she would miss, hey, I really want to know what you want to eat or what you plan to eat. And then so I can give feedback. She would miss it sometimes, but hey, I really want to know because it's very important. I know you're training hard. I know you're busy, but it's very important. And she would do it. And I love that she's doing it and she would hear back. So let me show you just the behind the scenes of how we do things and communicate. And as you can see, I hope it's okay to show what you eat, what you like to eat. But you can see here from when she started March 1, February 19, still working on my nutrition, especially early morning breakfast can seem. So there's a lot of communication in terms of, like what are you eating? Because we don't dictate of what to eat. I don't want to remove the eggs because I know you like the eggs, so, which I would also eat, right? So right now, so as you can see here, there's a lot of feedback. And then right here, she said, okay, and it's not just, by the way, it's not just, like nutrition, but it's more about, the watt, timing, and amount. Okay. It's not just the solid, but also the hydration.
So what to eat, when to eat it, and how much.
Yep. And sure. So, and then because if it's already working, then we don't change it. But if I see like, let me just ask more. So as you can see here, there's a lot of like questioning, for food before the race, you are more focusing on a protein here, except for banana. What's the carb content on veggie, sausage, patties? So it's really detailed. So I'm sure that patties have good sodium content. So for those athletes who are in this, do you all, are you aware of what you eat, the what, timing, and amount? And if it's not, I strongly suggest that you start, at least being aware of it. That's a good start already. And at least have someone who can guide you. And actually, this one is just right before, like for the 100 mile. Okay. So we had before 70.3, we had another nutrition hot seat. We do nutrition hot seat. Wherein we talk about each athlete's nutrition. So each athlete has different here. So we review that one. So I'm the one who's doing nutrition hot seat. This is Julene in Arizona, Michelle in Hawaii. We got Ngina nutrition for race day. How about we check that out? 1846. And because we have timestamp. Okay. So now we talk about Ngina's right here.
Yay. Ngina, okay. I'm reading yours.
All right. So now it's not just about the nutrition. It's also about race strategy. So my question for you, did that help you, Ngina? Because I know there's a lot of nutrition. Yes. Tell me, how did it help you?
Oh, the nutrition really did help. And I was like very conscious on making sure my bottles were filled. Good. And I was drinking, like I can't eat a lot of solids during my races, but the tailwind and the Tarigo and my Kangen water really helped.
Sure.
I cannot stress that enough. It really did help. Yeah. Like I feel I didn't hit the wall, so to speak. I was still going.
It's like you got drugs in you, but not really, right?
Yeah.
Just nutrition.
I like it because I had those times.
I know.
Having good nutrition, especially considering that you have 100 miles. That's not just one day. That's not 24 hours. You were running overnight.
Right. But
Did
I
you
remember,
sleep?
but
Did
I
you-
remember you kept saying, if you're
Yeah.
tired, eat. If you feel sleepy, eat.
Yeah.
Just keep eating. You'll stay awake.
Yes, yes. And I did that in Red Bull Trans-Siberian Extreme. Yes, eat. So you were doing that when did you fall asleep? Were you sleepy at all?
No,
Okay,
I was not sleepy.
like this. All right, I like ultra running. I'm all eating. That's amazing. So I know it was also dark, right? So even when it was dark, I'm curious, did you sleep during 100 mile or were you just like going, oh, okay.
I actually got into mile 70. I got into mile 70 3 hours earlier than last year.
Okay.
Nice.
So, yeah. And my pacer had to be woken up to come meet me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So let's see.
Yeah,
Are you guys getting a lot here? Everyone's saying like you're a superwoman. And
Well, I think this time when you finished the 100 miles, it must have felt especially awesome because the last time you did it, you couldn't finish it, right?
Right.
Was a
Yeah.
challenge there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened last time?
Oh, my ankle. I probably should have wrapped it at mile 50 and did not. And I went out for another 20 miles and my pacer then, I was barely moving, like barely walking. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna have to pull myself because there's no way I can finish.
wow.
So yeah.
And did you do your own training then last year?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did my own training and I sprung my ankle during training, rested a couple of days, and then went out and kept training.
Yeah, yeah. So when you hurt your ankle, were you able to find the root cause? Did you address it or did you just rest?
I just rest.
Just rest.
Yeah.
And then went back. So there's really no guarantee whether you're gonna hurt again or not because is that
correct? Mm-hmm.
Did you see a physical therapist?
No.
No. Okay. All right. All right. That's okay. I think you're not the only one who does it, right? It's like, okay, rest. It's good. Good to go. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now you got the training. What part of the training do you think helped you with the ankle, or did it help you at all?
I would say it helped. The body maintenance is what I really love.
Yeah.
And using the bands, using the resistant bands, which I would do every now and then. I keep one in my car and would do it when I have time, but not consistently.
Sure.
But now I do. And I think it really, yeah. I mean, even after this 100 miler, it was only my knees that were sore.
Mm-hmm.
I think just the elevation and the going and downhill was really sore, but nothing else. Like my back didn't hurt, my hips didn't hurt.
What did you do?
Just the strength training, the
specific
body maintenance, and really the resistant bands really helped. And my nutrition, drinking my extra alkaline water all the time, and I really think it helped.
Okay. So for everyone who's listening to this, we do have the free live training. If you want to access, she just mentioned the body maintenance, and I discussed that one in one of the training. Actually, you did complete that body maintenance. Yeah. Laura and I, when she was not being coached yet, she learned about the body maintenance. So body maintenance, you want to share? So body maintenance is more of being proactive and not waiting until you hurt. Is that right? And Ngina, is that what you learned? Yeah. Yeah.
Those who want that training, actually put hashtag body maintenance and someone will send it to you
Could
later.
be Julian will give you the training just like last time. So so I discussed there, what is it? Because when I was an athlete, when I was an athlete being coached before, all I was doing was just swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run. And then if ever I get like, oops, it hurts, I rest. I didn't do anything. And then like, oops, and then I went back to training. Yeah. And then it hurts again. So, but this time the difference, one of the big game changer is doing the body maintenance. Okay. And not waiting till it hurts. Yep. And how do we do that? Yeah. So how do we do that? So for Ngina, when she started, I asked like, what's hurting? What's your weak link? So everyone, so those who are, following this, find your weak link. If you keep hurting on that area, we gotta do something about it. Yes, rest is good, but if you don't do something different, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't go back. But if you're racing 100-mile, like, dude, the body's gonna complain, right? But it didn't for you. Nope. You're like just the Terminator, the Robo Woman, RoboCop. All right, so good stuff. Let me see. So you guys got that one. Who wants the body maintenance? We can give that to you. We also did talk about some nutrition stuff. So if you want some help on the nutrition, we also have that live training. Okay. So let's see. Anyone else who has questions here? I do have a question, but anyone else in the group? Let's see here. That's so me right now.
Do you follow a vegetarian or vegan diet? I think that answer.
I'm vegetarian.
There you go.
Yeah. Great.
And no dairy.
And were you? Good. Okay. Good. Were you vegetarian for a while now, since last year?
I've been for like 29 years. So
so you have been vegetarian,
yeah,
right? But it is really not the game, everyone, if you want to do what she did, it's not really the big game changer as well. You can do it, you can have your chicken, your beef, but I think because she was already vegetarian last year, right? I think, so definitely still nutrition is what she just mentioned. She's already saying to you guys. All right. So anything else?
And the body maintenance for sure. Yeah.
Do you perform any core strengthening?
I do with my training. I do
How long is it? 15 minutes only, right?
10, it is. 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes. I like those.
Yes. Who likes to work out? Less hours. Who can guess how many hours was she working out each day, considering that she has 100-mile?
Yes.
Put the number.
Let's see the guesses.
Put the number there. How many hours, if you are the one who's about to actually, do this crazy thing? Yeah. Insane. How about if you do a full Ironman first and then you go 100 miles next? What do you think? Okay, so everyone.
Mara says 2 hours.
Mara, 2 hours a day. Okay. Anyone else? And this one, we're talking about swim, bike, run here. 100-mile, right?
Yesenia says, I'm so impressed.
Yeah. Do it.
Jen says 2.5 hours.
14 hours weekly. Yesenia said, Yesenia, how many hours each day? You're doing my math.
That's 2 hours a day.
All right.
All day same.
Okay. All right. So the answer is right here, actually. She was only doing 1.5 hours per day. She thought she had to do 2 to 3 hours, which she was actually doing.
Yeah.
And it was burning her out.
I remember you mentioned at one point, you said you were looking at Strava, what your friends were doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glad you mentioned that. Everyone else here, who here has Strava? Who here has Strava?
Tell me about that.
Follow her.
So before,
there you go.
Before you were looking at Strava, and what were you doing?
Yeah, because I was like, oh dang, they're working out so much and I'm slacking. So maybe I need to up my game. So I had to get off that because I was comparing myself to how many hours other people was training, and I was like, maybe that's why I'm not getting faster, or maybe that's why I didn't finish. So
because last year you were already following, checking out others.
Yep.
Okay. So whenever you see some others that they're working out more, so you're the one who's doing the training yourself. So you rank. You increase the training.
I think you mentioned you went up to 3 hours a day or something.
Yeah, there were some days I did 3 hours a day.
Okay.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
No wonder you were burning out.
Was that also causing some pressure in your head? Like whenever you look at Strava and are like, oh shit, I gotta do more, but I don't have time anymore, but I gotta do more. I need to finish 100-mile. It's like going
Yeah.
back and forth. Were you feeling that? Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
And then if
And it was stressful.
it was stressful, especially like you want to finish that 100-mile, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And you'll do whatever it takes. And you were doing more hours.
I was, yep. And I
And-
thought I would be exhausted too during 100-milers, but I
Sure.
wasn't.
Yeah. So before the 100-mile, did you say to yourself, did I do enough? Or, okay, I got this one. How did you feel going into the 100-mile last year?
Oh, yeah. Last year, I always questioned myself. Did I do enough hours? Did I do enough training? Maybe I shouldn't have skipped that day.
Guilt. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I was really stressed last year going into that 100-miler.
So how did you deal with that when you were like, did I do enough? Do you talk to your friends or like how you just
No.
just
I would
go at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had to go through that. Okay. So
Yeah.
how is that going into a 70.3 and then 100-mile this time of
Just
the year?
1 year later,
Um,
what was the difference?
I think I was more stressed about the swim on the 70.3 because I couldn't get out past the waves.
Yeah.
But the 100-miler, I had a different mindset this year because I was like, I know I'm going to finish. And I never questioned that I wasn't because I felt stronger and I knew I could. So I never questioned myself about the 100-miler. It was the 70.3 is what I questioned myself with.
Yeah.
That's different.
And
Yeah.
well, the main reason being is that we focus more on the run. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But amazingly,
Yeah.
you still did well on the Oceanside. You
Yeah.
actually beat your PR on Oceanside.
Yeah.
And even though I think you only have 3 ocean swim,
Yes.
right? And
Before-
you were at the ocean and you beat your time on another race prior to
Yes.
that, where it was only bay, wherein there's no wave at all. You beat the time too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So is there anything that occurred, like what is there anything that you did in terms of the swim itself, because you beat your 1.2-mile swim?
I kept telling myself, dive deep and swim fast. Just dive deep, swim fast. And that's what I did. Like dive deep and swim fast. I did it.
Yeah. Congrats.
That's amazing. I know how nervous you were before
yeah.
that.
Okay.
And you did so amazing.
Yeah, I was terrified going out into Oceanside because I could not get out on the practice swim. There was
Yeah. So for everyone, what happened was that during the practice swim, that wave was so high. It was the day prior to the race.
Mhm.
And so that freaked out Ngina, like, this is high, and then there's a lot of like, okay, what's going to happen tomorrow,
Yeah.
And so Jen has actually a question. What's your longest training run before the 100 miles?
I think it was 30 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 30 miles was my longest run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's a surprising answer for a lot of people here,
Yes.
isn't it?
30 miles. Yeah, she didn't do 50. She didn't have to, to race for a 50-miler to get there, because
Right.
sometimes, because I have had my, ultra running experience, and before I had my coach, don't I need to go that distance? But the distance is just a number. And what happened really is the overall stress all throughout. It's the accumulation of all the training and most importantly, it's not volume is important, but it's not the only metrics of whether you're going to do well or not. It's the quality.
Let's see. Yep.
It's what you do, how you use that limited time of yours. She told me, she was so strict. She said, I only have 1.5 hours, coach. So I'm like, scratching my head. How can I make this happen? All right. How can I make this happen? So yeah, it's the quality. So now, how do we do the quality?
I think this just blew somebody's mind. Did you guys hear that? You don't need to do the entire volume if you know how the numbers happen and what happens and how you do the accumulation of being prepared for this.
All right. It's very important. Like you asked me, like, how did I train to do the 23 Ironman in 34 days? That was 2020. I did not do the 23 Ironman in training. Same thing, right? So for you, right. What's amazing is that the maximum was 30 miles. Let me see here.
I think that's a very different approach than what usually people go after, and that's why they're always running out of time to train, because they're trying to get those miles.
Yeah. Were you surprised about that? That 1.5 hours is all I need.
I think so, because because I know when I was training myself, I was putting in so many hours, thinking that I need all of these hours, because how can I be on my feet for this amount of time for these many hours? So, yeah.
But you still followed the plan.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but what made you do that?
And then you felt 100% confident when you before the start.
So, was there like a battle in your belief systems, like like what you believed before, and then now you say 1.5 hour, and then I give you 1.5 hour, you follow it. What's going on in your head?
Because I do feel stronger,
okay.
even
in
that short amount of time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's amazing. All right. So who wants to work out? Actually for her, it's 1.5, mainly because she got 100 miles. But really, honestly, you only need 1 hour or less. But it has to be very specific to you, and also with your schedule, because her schedule is crazy. Yeah. 12-hour shift, and she told me she wakes up at 3 a.m. Oh, okay. And the next thing she tells me, she's gonna go out, for her daughter's dance competition. So that's another, like, instead of her going out in trails, running long hours, she is supporting her daughter and watching dance competition on weekends. So she only has 1 day off, really, and it changes. It does change too. So there's a lot of different moving factors. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask? Oh, how many? I don't think she knows it, but let's go ask her. How many miles did you run per week?
Oh, I don't.
I know, because Chantel, good question. Because if you ask me also, how many hours did she run? I'm going to tell you, I don't know either. But we can get it in her training peaks, because that's not how I plan her workouts.
Right.
And yeah, that's not how I plan. And I do know a lot of books say, like, you got to reach a certain mileage every week. But it's not about, like I said, it's not about the numbers, not about the distance. You need to have a base, but really is important is what you do during that week. Very specific, because each athlete is different. Like, for example, your weak link is your ankle, right?
Right.
You got to address that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, Vinetta saw that you were having a hard time squatting.
Right.
It's going on there also. So we address that with the body maintenance.
Yeah.
So it's not just running.
Yeah, it was the time that you was putting in. So it wasn't the mileage that you was putting in. You was putting in,
I know,
like 45 minutes, an hour. And so whatever miles I can get in during that time. And I'm not a fast runner, but I felt good doing the runs.
Yeah. Good stuff.
That's awesome. Well, I am curious, out of all of that, you mentioned a lot of things. What do you think made the biggest difference for you working together with Coach Shangrila and the rest of the team, the registered dietitian, the physical therapist, with your triathlon and running goals? What made the biggest difference?
It was the time. the time maintenance, especially with the runs, because when I was doing my own training, it was, I have to get in 5 miles. So if the 5 miles took me over an hour, I would have to kind of factor that in my day, as opposed to you run this amount of time and whatever miles I can get in that time, that's what I got done.
Awesome.
So I like that part of it. And I didn't feel the pressure on meeting a certain distance.
Ah.
So less stress.
Yes, most definitely.
Because you're just like, okay, coach said so. It's on her. It's on her. I just have to follow it. And I think it's kind of like giving up permission.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's okay to spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Or like go to your dance competition. So how about you guys? How many hours do you train?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Good.
Put it in the comments. Let's see how many hours you guys do it.
You guys have any other questions for her? She's been answering questions. So yeah, she's still here. So what's next for you?
My next upcoming race are the swims, the ocean swims. So I have my 1 mile swim, and 2 mile swim, a swim relay, and then Ironman Florida in November.
Woo!
Yeah.
Exciting year. So now how about we add, no, just kidding. 100 mile after that, I am Florida. You know, it's a running month on November. I'm just kidding. No. So, well, I don't know if we touched base about that. Why the schedule it was like that was because it got deferred. So her 100 mile Zion got deferred from last year to this year, and it landed, like after 7 days after Oceanside. So she made a choice. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to move it. I think I can do it. And she did it. All right. So, I mean, that's what we do here. Everyone, we help busy high achievers, just like Ngina, who's like, I think I'm capable for more. I've been racing for a while. I want my big dreams, but I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to DNF again. I don't want to waste my time. Okay. And we help busy high achievers, just like you all, because she came from Ironman and beyond as well. So, we touch base about nutrition. Let me just review this one here. So if you're just calling in, you can get the replay so you can actually, learn a lot. We talked about nutrition, body maintenance. Some part of it is actually structuring your time, how much time you have to put in such big dreams that you have. And also, what we also touch base here is what we do for our athletes. Hopefully I can see it. We help our athletes. It's not just, we're not the typical coaches, we don't just swim, bike, run. We want longevity in training and racing. We want optimal health. We want machines, happy individual who's not even sore. I didn't say she went back to work after that 100 mile. Right? So we help our athletes. How do we do it? By helping them with training, that swim, bike, and run, nutrition, body maintenance, which is injury prevention, race strategy, mental fitness. We teach our athletes in all this ones. We teach them, and not just like, hey, do this, do that, and then you check off the box. It's about how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And also being aware of what you're doing right now. Like, for example, for her, she became more aware with the nutrition. Okay. What she does when she feels discomfort. Okay. So all that, we help athletes, and we actually, let me see here if I can pull that up. So training, nutrition, body maintenance, mental fitness, race strategy. What I did forget actually to ask you is that did this one, hopefully I can find it here. Sorry, I'm showing you my screen. All right, right here. Okay, so this one here, we do have also the race strategy. I know you asked for it last time. The checklist. Did this one help you on the 70.3? You remember this, or maybe not?
I think I did see it.
What do you do this one?
Yeah.
So this one is a race strategy checklist, just really organize things. Okay.
Yeah, to make sure I had everything.
Yeah, just to make sure you had everything. So everyone. So if you guys have big dreams, just like Ngina, okay, if you've been motivated, okay, and you have like, oh, I'm not sure if that is actually even doable. I want to do that. Just put hashtag game plan down below. We can have a chat and give you insights of what we can do about it. Okay, how we can help you, the next big steps. And because we already have a lot of free trainings there that actually, and Ngina went through it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right. And actually, and that's where she started. And right now she's like just happy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So how about this one, Ngina? Just last before we let you go, what's the top 3 things that you can advise athletes who have goals like you do, who have been training for a while, trying to do their own training, and then also trying to balance, life? Like, what can you advise? Top 3 things we want to learn from your amazing Queen Ngina.
I think my top 3 would be your mindset of what you want to do, push forward. 2 is being structured and following the training peaks. And 3 would actually being patient.
Okay.
Yeah, just being patient and knowing that it's going to work.
Patient. Do you mind if I ask you another one? I thought I said, what do you mean by patient? Which part of the process were you patient?
I think just the running part. For me, it's probably the running part, or mostly the swim part, knowing that I did practice swimming. I did practice the ocean swimming. I got in before, so just have the mindset saying, I know I can get in again. So, yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys enjoy this one? How cool that is?
Yeah.
All right. I am so, you know what? I know you've been busy and, your day off is only Friday for the past week. So I'm really, really happy that we got you in today, because everything that you have shared to us is very valuable. It's like a lot of it is like eye opener for a lot of athletes. And, like, seriously, like we went to nutrition, body maintenance, how were you recovering fast? And I just learned that you actually did not feel anything. I read the stuff.
Nope.
Like, amazing. Congratulations again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Till next time.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone. So next week, we're going to have again our free live training. So just tune in. We're going to announce to you what's next. Thanks again, Ngina. Till next time.
Thank you. Bye.